What's going on, YouTube? Today I will be talking about my biggest holding, which is no other than Brett, the premier Coinbase mascot. Basically, if you don't know what this is, you have been living under a rock. Coinbase does not have their own cryptocurrency, so Brett acts as essentially their token. um, Memes, if you're not aware of from last cycle as well as this cycle, bring attention towards a specific chain. Coinbase being America's powerhouse, the second largest exchange in the world after Binance, wants to be in the game of creating their base layer 2, right? So and through that, meme coins are the liquidity, and that's what brings the fun, and that's what brings the users, that's what brings the hype, all that good stuff. And that is why I'm so bullish on Brett, even at these levels. I've mentioned it many times before on my Twitter. If you're not following my Twitter, um, it is x.com/harriscountry. I've been posting literally like maybe over 50 posts on Brett over there. Um, Especially during this last local bottom, I bought right at the bottom at about 8 cents, and so far it's looking like it was the bottom. We've had this. Now let me go into the TA, because that was a brief rundown of the fundamentals. Lots of YouTubers, Twitter people could tell you about that aspect, but that's essentially in a nutshell why I'm so bullish on Brett. Okay, but I want to show you also like the technical side, the chart side, what I'm seeing, price targets, and entries, right? Because that's essentially what we're here for, or what I want to provide for you guys. Again, my YouTube channel is like 100 subscribers. I get maybe 100 views per video. This is literally just to help you guys, the very few that may watch this. So yeah, disclaimer, I do own it. I'm not um, going to lie about that, but I do believe in it very much. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into some quick rundown TA of what I see. So in March, when we topped of this year, uh, most of the coins have topped for the year. Brett kept on running till about June. Uh, it it started off in March, and that's essentially the market peak of this year so far. But it kept on running, so a beast of its own, running despite a quote, not bear market, but a significant pullback. Bitcoin has been going down for 6, 7, even 8 months, ranging. So, in a ranging market, in a chop market, these coins are not doing very well. However, Brett has stood quite the percentages overall. As you see here, June was the top so far, and about 2 billion uh, market cap. It corrected at its very final um, bottom of 70%, which is very strong for any coin. You got utility coins that were going down 80, 90%, 95%. So for a meme coin, only 70%, that is, shows the confidence of the holders. They're not selling, as big, and they're accumulating, you know, crazy amounts, and including me. So it's good to see that I'm playing it smart. I'm playing the game correctly this is my second cycle, so it would suck to be not good after a couple cycles. So anyway, so it's been ranging, as you see here, for about 3 months, 4 months. Okay, and this compression, it broke out of it a couple weeks ago now. Off of this compression site, you got all these touch points. Let me show you. You got one here that was from the top, 2, 3, 4. You could even count that, 5, 6. At least 3 is a trend line. So it was making a trend fairly quick. But you had even over there like a very significant trend line, and even here, finally, September, basically last week of September, we instead of it being a resistance, it flipped as a what? Support. It's looking strong so far. We had another little compression here, micro, very, very micro. I'll label it red, but again, this is very micro. This is only like within like a week and a half maybe, and we have broken out of this as well. So that's great and all, but where are we when it comes to expectations, right? What do I see? I'm gonna remove all these drawings. Notice how I'm not even showing moving averages right now. I'm not showing any indicators, any lagging indicators like RSI as well. I'm just looking at the candles right now. It's on a daily, so to be on a more macro, we could start in a more macro time frame, like the monthly. The monthly shows quite a momentum shift so far. It's not confirmed, but what I'm seeing here, if we do close and we have 18 days left above this prior red monthly candle, that would be considered a 3 inside up. Okay, that is extremely bullish, and it's very possible we get that within this month. This is essentially a 3 inside up. So you can read on that, but essentially you are closing that third candle, hence the name, up above that first candle in consideration. So essentially, if you look at it, it looks very similar so far. You got kind of about 50% of that second candle. That's not quite 50, but it is, crypto is volatile, right? So you can't be exactly like, some of these context. You have to put it into context of what actually can happen, especially in a very volatile asset like crypto. Whereas stocks are, much less volatile. So you have to take that into consideration. So have some variables, some variances when you're looking at these candle structures. But let's take a look more down from there, the 2 week. We've had 3 up candles here, green candles. I have it blue here on my screen, and that's just my preference, but it seems this is what you call 3 red soldiers, signaling a potential uptrend, so that's looking good. And we're gonna close above this one, which is a trend shift for sure. That's a market structure break on the 2 weekly, which is a big chunk of data, big macro time frame, 2 weekly. So we're gonna close this in 7 days. It's looking really good. Very, very possible we close above it, but we won't know until 7 days. As for the weekly, this is going to close in about 40 minutes. So most likely we could conclude that it actually closed above these highs, which it already did here a couple weeks back. So it's looking good on the weekly as well. 5-day, same thing. It's closed these prior highs, even back a couple weeks ago, and we're just trending. So these candle closes are looking good. Back to the daily. I utilize Wyckoff as my compass, and we could quickly label them now, just so we could see where we're at and what is expected going forward as a probability. That's the buying climax. The selling or the buying is exhausted. There's no more buying. No buyers left in the market. That's why we had a down markdown. Here's our selling climax. There's not enough. That's essentially the last bit of selling, where the buyers are bidding up that price from there. More buyers than sellers from that point, in simple terms. I could go a little more detailed and say, this is the preliminary support here, because it did act like a support for a decent amount of time, right? But essentially, because in real time you may think, this, instead of it being a preliminary support, this may be, the selling climax. You might have bought there, and it just turned out that you were too early. So typically, like, for me, I would wait for it to be more ranging, just like this, for me to keep on adding, just so I could confirm it. And so that's kind of where we're at now. You got this low, put it green because it's kind of like support. We got this higher low. As far as the wicks are concerned, it's a little higher. And then you just followed up with a higher high right here and a higher low. So essentially it's like this: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So those are just basic ways of saying we are in a textbook uptrend. But as far as Wyckoff is concerned, the major ones is buying climax, selling climax, as well as the AR. And this is the AR here. Automatic rally or automatic reaction. I know that because it's above the 382. Let's see it here, right there. 382 is right here at 11 cents, and we did break above it right there. Right there. So that's the AR. Anything above the 382. I could delete these fibs for now because it's gonna be a little messy to look at. So after the AR, you're gonna look for more STs, supply tests, and that's what we had here. These are also good times to buy, and I did buy here too as well at 6 cents, and then we eventually broke out into our SOS now. And we had multiple STs, supply tests, by the way. So this last one here at about 8. Yeah, about like right here. Literally at 8. So anyway, SOS is anytime the price gets above your AR. Okay, that's our AR, as you see, as far as candle closes. And in 40 minutes, obviously, we could conclude for this example that we are officially at SOS, sign of strength mode. We could, so now it's like, what's a good time to buy? You can literally buy now. It's only at 1.1 billion market cap. You may think that is high, but most likely this coin, it has a meme cult behind it. It has a mind share of all of the meme coin craze right now. The team is like AAA this is literally like the Memecoin super cycle, and this, I cannot think of a better coin that has mind share right now, other than Brett. Um, as far as like overall, of course you have trends like I think right now Popcat is like really strong, or this Murad guy, I think a couple months ago, now has shilled his coins after this Dubai 2049 event. I believe that's the name. But he's putting all these random like pump fund coins like SPX 6900. So those coins could do well as also. And you got Nairo, which I'm a big part of in my portfolio as well. And I'm talking about the Cabal one, as they say. But either whichever Nairo you're in, they all have that potential of being a good return on your investment. But Brett has been absolutely consistent with mindshare, even across these more come and go trends. They're all over socials. It's absolutely, again, you've been living on a rock if you haven't heard of this coin. And if this is the first time you're hearing about it, then like, not financial advice, but this is the coin to be in. Honorable mentions, I'd say, is NPC, non-playable coin as well. But this video is dedicated to Brett. I wanted to put it out before we started heading towards all-time high and price discovery from here, because I believe minimum, let me put it here, we reach a 20 billion market cap, so that's about 20x from here. But that's pretty conservative, honestly, it being Coinbase's basically number one coin. Basically, you're buying Coinbase in crypto if you're buying this coin. So you got Doge getting 80 billion, right? Doge 80 billion, I believe, all-time high. Shiba 40 billion. This was last cycle, right? Last cycle 2021. This could easily go at least to Shiba's level, so at 40. So 20 is already conservative. So you got 40, that's about a 40x. Potentially even more, right? People are throwing crazy numbers, and of course you don't want to be waiting until like those numbers hit. I'll be taking profits out well into at least 20. If it keeps on going after that, 40, 60, I'll still be in. But even at a conservative 20, like, that is a crazy rate of return. Okay, so what would I do now if I have no Brett or looking to go in? So we just had this market structure break here of these resistances. So you got these touch points here. Let me put them here so you can see. Okay, I just literally pressed Ray. Where is my Ray? Is that my Ray? Okay, it is black. Let me put it a different color so perhaps we could see it. Okay, bear with me. Okay, figured it out. Alright. Again, 3 touch points is confirming a trend line, so you got it 3 here. It just broke this. Textbook says if we do, and it's an if, it's not a we have to, but in most cases you do see that we do come back to the trend line just to have what you call a bullish retest. This should be an opportunity for the trend line to flip from resistance to support, and that would be at about $1 billion, which is about 10 cents. It could wick a little lower than that, kind of like here. It just wicked. Could be on the other way around in reverse this time. But I mean, even buying from here and it does go down there, it's looking like at most maybe 10% of a difference. Not a lot, especially in crypto terms. I'd rather, again, not financial advice, you buy this coin now, or I would buy it now is the better term if I don't have anything, because it's still down 43% and it's showing the most life out of all the coins today. Like, let me just end it here. Okay, so it's like number 60, I believe, on the coin market cap number. But as you see, let's just look at today. Red, 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 red. You got this one as like neutral, Solana. AVAX a bit of a neutral, SUI a positive, but you got all this red, right? Mostly they're all red. You know, let's keep going down. You see, most of them are red, except for a few exceptions. And where's Brett? Number 63. The highest one and the highest of the 7-day. So this coin again has, let's go ahead and click on it. FDV is 1.2 billion. Market cap is 1.1 billion. Essentially 99% of the coin is in circulation. And we've seen in this cycle now that these venture capital coins where they make you wait for the unlocks, and when these unlocks do happen, the insiders and the team and everyone involved, whether it's the KOLs, the KOLs and the influencers, they are selling it on you, whereas I just realized my screen didn't show. Yeah, so it's like basically the same. It's all out in supply. Okay, these numbers here. So that means it's very distributed well. And you could go also on Etherscan, or I guess Basescan, to check you know, big holders, and it's obviously very spread and liquid. Not a lot would look at liquidity, but this coin is amazing for that. So you can check out more like on the Coinbase. Just search up Brett Based. Their Twitter is here also, Based Brett. Definitely follow them. Look at their followers. These are, you know, you don't have, I don't see any meme coin getting over 6-figure followers, and every post they make, right? Even this one was like 12 hours ago. Like they're posting like every day. They have crazy amount of views here. You got these basically advertising like on sports and many different sports too, like wrestling, I believe, or UFC, baseball now. I believe there was a sponsorship for, what was it? I'd have to find it here, but it's a I think Steve Aoki was on the picture as well. Some sort of water sports, or yeah. So everyone's on board for Brett essentially. If I were to choose one meme coin, it'd be Brett for this cycle. It's my meme coin. Like, look at these numbers. You know, look at these numbers. There's no denying it. Everyone's talking about it. This is Coinbase. Like, come on, are you gonna bet against the U.S.? All right, that's quite enough of a breakdown on me, on my part. Subscribe, like the video, comment any questions.